last night's tribal, I played my idol, which is why I'm still here. Lucas went home, I'm happy with that. I could have voted Marjorie, but I feel like out of everybody here, I feel like it would have been easier to pin like a threat level onto Marjorie than Lucas. What that means is like if I feel like I'm in trouble and I need to switch the vote onto somebody else, I think Marjorie would be easier to do that than it would for Lucas, which is why I voted out Lucas to keep Marjorie around as a possible meat shield. Well, congratulations guys, final 4. Yeah, good luck to everybody here because, well, one of us aren't going to make it to the final 3, so yeah, unfortunate. So, last tribal wasn't great, Mike didn't go home, and at the moment I have an option. I can just go along with the flow with the other 2 girls and take Mike out, which is the idea because I feel like I have the immunity challenge hands down, but I feel like just doing that is a little bit boring. Like, I know taking Mike might be dangerous, but in the end of the day, if I just say, oh, I voted out Mike because I just went along with the flow and stuff, no one's going to vote with me for that. So maybe I should consider working with Mike to try and pull off a move, and then maybe that gives me a chance of winning the game. Hey Mike. Hey Phoebe, what did you want? Well, I just kind of feel like I haven't done like much in this game, so I was wondering if you're considering to work with me to, I don't know, take Marjorie out, I guess, because I think she's a bigger threat than Sarah. Well, I guess I don't have much of a choice. Okay, cool. It might sound a bit stupid, but I genuinely think Phoebe wants to work with me because, I mean, like, what's the point of, like, trying to make me feel calm? I can't play an idol. I don't have an idol. I really can't win an immunity challenge. What's the point? If those three could just vote together and take me out, there's, like, nothing I can really do by myself. So I genuinely think she genuinely wants to work with me to take Marjorie out, and also I really just don't have any options either. I wonder where Phoebe went. Maybe she went to talk with Mike, who knows? Yeah, but why would she do that? Well, I mean, like, we don't know where she went. There's only one other person other than Phoebe that she could be talking to. She's probably not talking to herself, so it's probably Mike. So she could be trying to make a move or something, or at least trying to tie a vote. So I guess it's in our best interest to try and make sure she doesn't do that. Yeah, I guess we don't have much of a choice. So I think I've had a solid enough game to potentially win me the game, and I need Mike out for it. So if Phoebe goes off talking to Mike to maybe make a move, Mike will pounce on that move and try and take me out. I know for a fact because, well, I tried to take him out last tribal and I know he values me as a big threat. So it's best for my safety that Phoebe doesn't flip. I have a feeling people undervalue me as a player, which is a big mistake on their part. I think I've got very good social skills. I made as good as friendships with people as I could, and I feel like people undervalue me is a good thing actually, because it probably means I'll make it to the final 3 regardless, and then I can plead my case and hopefully people agree with me and win. I mean, we've had social players get a lot of votes in previous final tribal councils. I mean, Cassandra comes into mind, and I just hope that I can pull off this win. Are you ready to get to your final immunity challenge? Yeah. For today's challenge, you're going to carry a pole with a gem on it across a small obstacle course. If you drop your gem, you have to go back to the start. The first person to make it all the way to the end of the obstacle course with their gem will win immunity, safe from the vote, and will be able to plead their case at the final tribal council. Losers tribal council, where somebody will be the 13th person voted out for this game and the 7th and final member of the jury. Alright, we'll draw for spots and then we'll get started. Okay, everybody's in position. Survivors ready? Go! Everybody is racing out really quickly. Phoebe seems to have a little bit of a lead. Phoebe gets to the second platform. Mike is right behind her. And Marjorie drops her gem. She has to go back to the start. It's a close race up front. Marjorie has to restart all over again. Sarah drops her gem. Phoebe drops her gem. Mike now has a bit of a lead as Phoebe and Sarah has to go all the way back to the beginning. Marjorie is restarting the obstacle course. Sarah and Phoebe have to restart. Marjorie is getting across slowly. Mike has a big lead. He can go slow, but Phoebe looks determined. Mike has got to that 4th platform. He's only 1 platform away. Phoebe is rushing out. She's almost caught up to Marjorie. Sarah is wildly behind. Oh, and Mike drops, meaning it opens the door for everybody else still standing. Marjorie drops. Phoebe is in the lead now. Mike has to restart. Sarah is going slow and steady. Marjorie has to restart. Mike is making his way across. Sarah is still going slow. Phoebe is on the 4th platform. Oh, and Phoebe drops at the end as well, opening the door for Sarah. Mike and Marjorie are having to pick it up as they are far behind. Phoebe, Mike and Marjorie are going to have to catch up to Sarah. Oh, but her gem falls, meaning she's going to have to go all the way to the start. Oh, Mike and Marjorie lose their progress. They're going to go back to the start. Phoebe takes the lead. Sarah is just about to start again. Phoebe is maintaining a very comfortable lead, while everybody else is restarting. Phoebe is out far in front. She's gone past the 3rd platform. Phoebe is approaching the 4th platform. Mike is caught up to Sarah. Meanwhile, Marjorie is taking it as slow as possible in case somebody else drops again. Sarah drops. She has to go back to the beginning. Mike on the 3rd platform. Marjorie's on the 2nd platform. Phoebe is still out in front on the 4th platform. She is so close. Sarah goes back to the beginning. Marjorie is still going slowly. Phoebe is almost at the end, which is putting pressure on Mike as he's going quick now. Oh, but despite Mike's best effort at the end, Phoebe makes it to the final platform, meaning she wins immunity for the 2nd time in a row. Congratulations, Phoebe, on winning immunity, guaranteed spot in the final 3, and a chance to plead your case in front of the jury. As for the rest of you, tribal council tonight where somebody will be the 30th person voted out of this game, and this is the immunity of the jury. It will not be you. If you stuck it back to cap, I'll see you tonight. So, I make it into the final 3, which is great. Means I can plead my case, which is really all you really want. It also gives me an opportunity to make my move with Mike with a little bit more safety. So yeah, that's also a thumbs up for me. Losing hurts. It really hurts because out of all the challenges we've had this season, that was my winning one. Because although you needed some good speed, you also needed to be good at balancing. And all 4 of us were relatively alright at it, but I felt like I was one of the best. And I knew I wouldn't beat Phoebe in speed, but balance-wise, I had a chance, and I blew it. She was quicker, and she had better balance than me, and I was just maybe a bit too slow, so yeah, I'm disappointed, and I could be going home tonight. So, I guess we gotta get Sarah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Are you still willing to do it, Marjorie? Like, obviously, like, you must admit, if the plan doesn't really go the way, I'd probably just vote you out. Yeah, I get the odds. I guess maybe, but like, yeah, I get behind your chances to try and get Sarah to flip, and I guess if things go south, like if the vote's tight, then I guess it's bye-bye for me. Hey, Sarah. Hey, you two, what do you want? Well, you know, like, how, like, in the past, some social players have actually gone on to do some, like, well, do very good in final tribals. Yeah? Well, we think Marjorie could do that. Like, she's got really solid social game down, like, lots of people like her. And to add insult to that injury, she's also got a wicked social game to go along with it. So, like, you might think of me as a social game, but I feel like I've burnt more bridges than her. And I have a feeling with her social game and her alright and pretty good strategic game, she's willing to dominate. So that's just my opinion. Well, I mean, I get your point. And yeah, I do view Marjorie, like you said, pretty social and got an alright strategic game. But it's just like, you could potentially, like, dominate at the final tribal council as well, as you are so strategic. Yeah, I get that, but with my strategic moves, it's come with a cost. I've had to burn bridges. I've burnt trust with Jim, Carl, Lucas. I burnt bridges and trust with lots of people, and it's just probably what's going to hurt me in the end. And overall, if you do vote me out, high chance I won't vote for you, and I'd probably vote for Marjorie, which just tells you how social she really is. Their opinions are valid, and their ideas are very valid. Like, I could do it because, like Mike said, Marjorie's social game is so good. Is like she doesn't really make any enemies with anybody, yet she had a very solid social and strategic game, and that could be dangerous. And taking her to the end might be a little bit more dangerous than taking Mike to the end, as like Mike said, he burnt more bridges than Marjorie did. So yeah, it's got me thinking. Girl, I'm worried about you. About what? Well, I think you're gonna flip, and why shouldn't I? Well, the thing is that Sarah is not as big as a threat as Mike, and I'm certainly not as big as a threat as Mike is. Mike is the biggest threat, yeah, that's fact. Yes, he may have burnt some more bridges than, all of us, and that might prevent him from getting votes, but at the end of the day, look who's on the jury. You've got Steve, Lena, Jim, Lucas, all got good game sense, and when it comes down to it, they'll most likely vote for the person who had the best game. Yeah, I see that. It's just, overall, I've got to admit, you and Sarah, socially, are probably beating them hands down. Yeah, I guess I think that's the factor that might make you vote for us. I'm just saying that's not the smartest way to look at it. I took it upon myself to try and get Phoebe to stand on our side, as it's most likely my ass on the line, and it's also, if it pulls off, I can claim that it was me who prevented my own elimination. Marjorie got me thinking there. Maybe Mike is the better option. But now it gives me the opportunity to work with Sarah and swing votes. And maybe me and Sarah can share this move equally, although I'll probably take the higher praise as I was the person who kind of orchestrated the entire idea. But it gives me and Sarah an opportunity to make a big move in this game, which both me and her have been lacking. And being swing votes at any tribal council is pretty good, and what better one to be a swing vote in than the last one? So it's going to get me a little bit thinking, and both Marjorie's opinions and views, as well as Mike's views, are all very valid and will contribute to whoever me and Sarah vote for tonight. Welcome, Weather Tribe, to the 7th Merged Tribal Council. First things first, we're bringing the members of the jury. Lindsay, Steve, Lena, Carl, Jim, and Lucas voted out at last night's Tribal Council. Alright, Phoebe, you secure your spot in the final 3. Is the job done for you? Absolutely not. I've still got a choice to make, I've still got a vote to make. And looking at all these people here, they've all got valid reasons why I would potentially vote them out. So yeah, the job's not done yet. Mike, you were awfully close in today's immunity challenge. Do you feel nervous? In my opinion, I think we'd be on the point, like, where physical threats need to go. I mean, like, think about it. There's no immunity challenges after this, so if I get targeted tonight, it would purely be because they value me as a threat. Sarah, how do you base your vote on tonight? Who I think's the big threat? Yeah, like Lucas said, and like Phoebe said, the 2 people sitting next to me who I can potentially vote for have valid reasons why I would potentially vote them out. Marjorie, are you feeling nervous? Well, I don't have a necklace to protect myself. I mean, realistically, the person who goes home tonight will either most likely receive 3 votes. So yeah, it's scary. Alright, well, with that, it is time to vote. Phoebe, you'll start us off. Marjorie, the words I told Sarah about how I valued for the good game weren't me just trying to convince her to flip. They were me genuinely concerned about your gameplay. You're too dangerous to take to the final 3. Mike, sorry I'm voting you out tonight, but the funny thing is you'll probably still vote for me. It's been a pleasure to play with you, mate. I'll tally the votes. Person with the most votes must leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Mike. Second vote, Marjorie. That's 1 vote Mike, 1 vote Marjorie. 2 2 votes left. Third vote, Marjorie. No, damn it. That's 2 votes Marjorie, 1 vote left. Fourth vote. And the 13th person voted out, and the 7th and final member of the jury, Marjorie. Marjorie, that's 3, that's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Marjorie, after 38 days, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Congratulations to the 3 of you for making it as far as you can in this game. Tomorrow, you face the jury. 7 members that you had a hand in voting out will now decide your fate in this game. Get a lot of rest. Don't get some, just get a lot of rest, because I have a feeling that what these 7 individuals are gonna ask are going to be big. Grab your torches and back to camp. Good night. I'm 68 years old, and I felt like I haven't proved myself in my 68 years, and I can thoroughly say that I did this time.
I mean, this is by far the best accomplishment I've ever made in my life. I mean, how many other people my age can say that they made it to day 38 in Survivor? Not many, I can tell you that.
I enjoyed it. No different if I won the game or I got eliminated first. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I can't wait to cast my vote. Well, here we go, guys. Day 39. Yep, final 3. We've got one last dance for 39 days. 39 days. I didn't just fight for 21, didn't fight for 20. I fought for 39 days to win this game. And I've got 2 people that I think I've got beat hands down. But I know I've burnt some bridges, and if I come across a better jury tonight, I'm gonna have to fight my ass through it again. I think people will underestimate me. They might think, well, she didn't do much, and that's where people are wrong. I think I did lots in this game. I was a swing vote last tribal. I may not have been on the right side of the votes a lot, but when it came down to it, I made genuine connections with people. And at the end of the day, those helped me in some votes, in making some decisions, and I think that's more than anyone can ask. I think it'll be tough to beat Mike and Sarah, because they've both played very genuinely different games to me, but they've also played genuinely different games to each other. I think I've got to go in there with a clear head, be honest with people, and just say, well, I think I've done well in this game. And hopefully I pick up 3 votes or 4 votes and win the game, because that's all anyone can ask for, $1 million. Welcome, finalists, to the final Tribal Council. You all know how this works. One by one, these jury members will stand up and talk to you, either ask you a question or a statement. We will then follow it up with a closing statement from each of you, and then they will vote. The person who gets the most votes will win this game. First up, we have Lindsay. Lindsay, take the floor. Okay, my question's pretty simple. Mike, what will you do with $1 million? You just gonna ask me that? Yep, I'm only asking you because I'm gonna vote for you. Well, I don't know really. I mean, I need it first before I make a plan. I suppose share it among my family, I guess. Because, well, I'm not a selfish person. I wouldn't just spend it all on me. Thank you, that's all I needed to know. Sarah and Phoebe, I thought you played all right games. I just think Mike played a better game. Alright, thanks. Alright, Steve, you're up next. Okay, well, congratulations to the 3 of you. My question's for Mike as well. I think I'm in between you and Phoebe, as I know Phoebe more than the others. But Mike, why should I vote for you? Just me personally, not just the jury, just me. Well, you were a bold player. You like to make big moves when required, and you were power hungry. And I made big moves as well, not similar to yours, not at all, because, well, I'm sitting here and you're not. No offense, by the way, none taken. All I'm saying is, I think you should vote for me, because me and you had similar objectives, play a very strategic game, and my one worked, and I think that's why you should vote for me. Very simple answer, and it makes it easy for me to think. Thank you. Next up, we have Lena. So, congratulations to the finalists. I realistically only had good connections with one of you, but that's not what I'm going to do. My question's relatively simple. What was your greatest move, and why? Mike, we'll start with you. I have many great moves. I'd like to label maybe voting you out as one of them, because, well, it just set me up. But overall, I think taking out Jim would have been the smartest move. I was on the chopping block. I wanted to play my idol, but I thought it would be a bit of a waste and see if I could make a bigger move out of it, and I did. I gambled. I didn't really gamble anything but my allies' vote, which could have been a bit selfish, but she assured me that she was fine with it. And in the end, Jim's sitting on the jury and I'm sitting here. So it just proves that the move I made in the gamble succeeded. Sarah, what about you? Well, no, I don't really have an individual move. Like, I didn't really vote like an individual move that I had voted out. I think my biggest move I made was just overall considering my options. I made genuine relationships with people. And then that allowed me to make some moves off that, either by swapping alliances, making new alliances and stuff. And I think overall my biggest move was just making good connections with everybody here. Guess that counts. What about you, Phoebe? Honestly, it would be the Marjorie vote out. Although it wasn't me personally, I came up with the idea to vote her out. I was thinking, well, my game's lacking a bit. And, I mean, I could just vote Mike, go along the flow, he's a big threat. But then I kind of thought, well, why do that? Like, Mike is a big threat, yes, but I could also do something here. Like, I've got good connections with some people, I've had a good, strong physical game, and then I can also add to that a strategic game, and it worked. And hopefully, because since I embroidered all the 3 aspects of this game, that helps me win. Alright, thank you. Next up is Carl. Hey guys, congratulations. I'm gonna vote for Phoebe. I think how she's handled, well, the jury so far, even though she hasn't had a lot of questions, that last statement you made to Lena really convinced me. We also had a good relationship. I think, Mike, you would have come in a close second. I think your physical game was lacking, but that's all good. But your social game was just not up to Phoebe's level, in my opinion, and I'm voting for Phoebe tonight. Good luck to the rest of you, though. Thanks, man. Next up is Jim. Alright, well, I know I had good connections with Phoebe. Phoebe, that's not why I'm gonna vote for you. I need to know why. Like, why should I? Why should I not vote Mike? Why should I vote you, other than the fact that me and you had good connections? Well, like I said, I think I embroidered, like, all 3 aspects relatively well. Obviously, I think my social and physical aspects shone more than my strategic aspects. And although strategic elements are really important, I think I had an overall pretty good game. Well, thanks for that. We'll see what happens. Lucas, you're up next. Alright, relatively along the same pages as Jim. Sarah, me and you had good connections, but why should I vote for you? Like, give me a reason, otherwise I'm probably gonna chuck a vote on Mike. Well, like I said, my biggest move, and probably the only, well, greatest thing I've done in this game, was make genuine relationships with not only you, but people like Marjorie, had good friendships with basically everybody there, and it kept the target off of me. Like, I don't think I really received many votes, or even 1 vote for that matter. And I think that should be seen as an achievement in itself, as that, well, this person clearly stayed under the radar, and maybe that was bad, but it helped me make moves and stay safe with votes when it came down to it, and yeah, I think that's why you should vote for me. Thank you. Alright, last but not least, we have Marjorie. Alright, all 3 of you played very interesting games. Mike dominated strategically, but you yourself said you burnt some bridges, and, you know, I mean, like, I understand why you voted me out, but along the way, I think you just got power driven and just forgot about the people below you. And I think maybe if you ever play the game again, play a bit more social. That's just my advice. Sarah, Yeah, you played social, didn't have a good physical game, but that doesn't really matter to me. You were lacking strategically, and I think that might prevent me from voting for you tonight. And, Phoebe, where do I begin? Yes, you embroidered all aspects into your game perfectly. Well, not perfectly, as some aspects were shown better than others. I just feel there was something lacking. I think you waited too long to start really getting in the game. You only won your first immunity challenge at Final 5, which is fine. You only made your really big move at Final 4, and your social game was solid throughout, so congratulations. But like I said, you were lacking for most of the game. So, I think I know I'm going to vote for, just good luck to the rest of you. Before we vote, we'll just do some closing statements. Mike, well, I don't want to overcomplicate it by just saying some lies and stuff. I think you should vote for me because I think I played the best game. Strategically, I think I dominated these two. Physically, not really. Socially, yes, I think I may have had a bad social game. But honestly, the reason I had to fight, the reason why I'm here is I had to fight. I had to fight my ass off. And that should be an indication that, yes, he was like always on top and stuff strategically, but realistically I wasn't. I was making my moves from a vulnerable position. Sarah? I think you might underestimate me as a player, which is fine if you do. All I'm saying is, I think you need to consider a social game as a good game, because it prevented me from getting votes, and it helped me when I needed to vote people off. And honestly, that wouldn't have been the same if I didn't have the social game. Phoebe? Yeah, well, obviously, like I said, I think I developed a pretty strong overall game. Maybe not as strong strategically as Mike or as strong socially as Sarah, but overall, I think I played a very solid game. I made genuine relationships with lots of you, and at the end of the day, I wasn't always in a comfortable position. Like Mike said, I had to fight at some point. Alright, thank you to the finalists. We now will vote, starting with Lindsay. Lindsay, you'll start us off. Phoebe, I think me and you had a good relationship, but overall I think you played a very solid game, and it just proves that even though Mike dominated, well, strategically, you can still have an overall good game. I think you beat him hands down. Congratulations. Mike, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Congratulations. For the final time this season, I will read the votes. Remember, these are votes for a winner. You want to see your name on these pieces of parchment paper. First vote, Mike. Second vote, Phoebe. That's 1 vote Mike, 1 vote Phoebe, 5 votes left. Third vote, Mike. That's 2 votes Mike, 1 vote Phoebe. Fourth vote, Mike. That's 3 votes Mike, 1 vote Phoebe, 3 votes left. Mike needs 1 vote more to win. The fifth vote. And the winner of Survivor New Zealand, Mike. Mike, congratulations. I am still in a constant state of shock. I mean, like, I expected to win. I didn't expect to win by 6 votes. That's crazy.
I mean, to be honest, I thought with a final 3 it would be harder to win because, well, there's 2 other people who could receive votes other than yourself. But I come into this first season with a final 3 and I get the most votes cast towards the winner out of the 4 winners we've seen so far. So yeah, for me that's an amazing accomplishment, and to achieve it is just incredible.
I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm $1 million richer, and I feel like I dominated for that win, so yeah, I'm pretty damn happy. Well, congratulations to Mike, of course, and well, thank you for sticking around to what was probably the most popular season I've made so far. Thank you for all the support, and what was quite a quick season to make. I mean, I just had a lot of time, and that's not going to be like always. I'm not always going to have all this time where I can make like 2 episodes a week, of course not. But now we move on to season 5. Woo, season 5. Here we go, the big 5th season. What's going to happen? I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to have to wait and see. So you'll be thinking about it for a while, which is kind of funny.